Hello everybody and welcome to the final video in this Samurai Warriors list thing. Today we're looking over the best warriors in the game. These are people that I wouldn't really change anything of. Fun to play. I always pick them if I can. And let's jump right into it with Hanzo. He's a ninja fighting for the Tokugawa. Always went on the mad missions of take this guy out, do this, do that. He's not the biggest ninja that I play as, but after the other two, I pick him near enough all the time. He's fun. You can duplicate yourself and attack multiple things at once. Yeah, he basically fought with the Tokugawa but died before the Battle of Sekigahara, if I remember correctly. I don't think he took part in that battle because he was either dead or ill. I wouldn't really change anything. He's not been announced for Samurai Warriors 5 yet, but people are saying that they've seen him and it looks like he has changed quite a bit, and if you ask me, his design has gone worse if that is him, and that is the case. But yeah, I wouldn't have changed a thing about Hanzo. Then we have Aya. I think it's Kenshin's sister. It's either his sister or his wife, and Kenshin is scared of her. She is fun to play as. There's not really much to say about her. She basically supports the Uesugi because that's her family. Yeah, design, weapon, everything's good. I wouldn't change anything about it, but by the looks of things, she's not making her return in 5. So take that for what you will. Then we have Kenichi. For someone's name that I can't pronounce, I do love playing as her. She has these little daggers in each hand, and she is fast, and she just slices the opponents apart. She is a ninja for the Sanada, and people are always saying that she's got a crush on Yukimura, which, based off of the games, I would have to agree. Based on history, I don't know. She does a lot of ninja things for the Sanada, always giving them tips on where their enemies are and allies and who's won this and who's won that. So yeah, I wouldn't have changed anything, but because the Sanada aren't involved with the Oda, they're probably not going to be in Samurai Warriors 5. We have Magoichi Saika, leader of the Saika mercenaries, who got destroyed by the Oda, and he wanted revenge on Nobunaga since that happened. Now, like I said in the OK section, ranged, not really my cup of tea, but Magoichi is the one that I like playing as. He's fun, he's cocky, and yeah, pretty much just an all-round badass. Masamune Date, his design with the eye patch and his helmet excellent. He took control after some of the, I think they were lords, not daimyos, of Oshu killed his father, and he basically just wanted revenge for that. He took over Oshu, defended it from the Uesugi, and I don't know if it's historical or not, but the last mission in Samurai Warriors 4 is him defending from Hideyoshi, and he did a successful job, but probably knew that he wouldn't be able to defeat him, so he bowed down to him in the end. At Sakigahara, he fought for the eastern side and attacked the Uesugi, who would not rebel. Not rebel. Not sided with the West. Yeah, in the end, he made it with land, so I don't think he was complaining that much. He's a total badass. His weapon is one of a kind. Excellent. Then we have Kiyomasa, who was one of the 3 Toyotomi loyalists. He fought for Ieyasu on the Battle of Sakigahara because Mitsunari was being a dick to him and Masanori Fukushima. And yeah, after the Battle of Sakigahara, he stood up for Hideyori Toyotomi, and basically when he passed away, and then because he was loyal to him, they had Toshie Maeda, and then when he passed away, the Tokugawa took the chance to eliminate Toyotomi for good. Kiyomasa was one of the reasons why they never got wiped out straight away. Loyal to his last breath, just didn't like Mitsunari. Don't blame him, if I'm being honest. But yeah, his weapon is, I'd say, one of the better ones. A scythe. And I wouldn't change his design either. Then we have Motonari Mori, who basically looks his age because he is an older fella when the Oda start knocking, and strategist. He basically helped the Mori take over the Chikoku. Is it? I forget the name of it. I'm sure it's Chikoku region, and then held off against the Oda when they attacked. And then after they allied with Hideyoshi, he went into retirement. Motonari is a great. He's good. He's good. He has a little I don't know what it's called, like projectiles that come out of his wrist. And yeah. Then we have Notora Eel, who was leader of the Eel clan until Nomasa came of age. She's been in Dead or Alive. She's been in Warriors All Stars. I think they're just trying to chuck her in whatever they can. All they need to do is change her voice, because that is annoying. But Aluka design, the way she attacks, she's fun to play as, and I wouldn't change anything about her. apart from her voice. So maybe she should be in the OK section, but I put her up there because I do play as her quite a bit. I just turn the volume down on my TV. Then we have Nene, which is Hideyoshi's wife, and she basically raised Kiyomasa, Masanori, and Mitsunari. She replaced Kanoshi in the second game, and I enjoy playing as her. She has longer knives than Kanoshi, and yeah, what else can I say? She's the Toyotomi ninja. Then we have Yukimura Sanada, they say he's the mightiest samurai, but he was more fierce and badass than any of the others, if you ask me. Fighting for what he believed in. He met Mitsunari and that guy from the Uesugi, became good friends with them. Then he went to Osaka as a hostage and got on well with the Toyotomi. And then when the land split in two, he joined the Toyotomi with his father. His design really doesn't need changing. If they do change it up in Samurai Warriors 5-2 or whatever comes after Samurai Warriors 5, whether it's DLC for that game or, like I said, another game with 2 or Extreme Legends or whatever they want to put on, it best be as good or he's getting moved down. Saying that, next is I'll just go with Nobuyuki, who is Masayuki, who is Yukimura's and Nobuyuki's son. Not son, father. He came into it in Spirit of Sanada because they wanted to do it true, and he basically fought for the Takeda before, while Yukimura and Nobuyuki were still kids. So that's why he was in, because he wanted to do it true. He was a very good strategist, always had good strategies, good at defending his own lands, good at making people think that they attacked first when he incited it. All in all, a very compelling character to play as, a very fun character to play as. I enjoyed it. He was actually the first character in Spirit of Sanada that got to level 50. And then Yukimura quickly took over, but after him we have Nobuyuki, who is Yukimura's brother, and he sided with the Tokugawa because, if you ask me, the only reason he sided with him is because he married Ina. But he says it's because he believes in what Ieyasu is talking about. So, believe what you will. Lived a long life. Head of the Sanada clan after Yukimura and Masayuki went into exile. And yeah, he has a double-ended sword. He has by the looks of things, white hair. His design is great. I think that the developers of this love the Sanada as much as I do. After Nobuyuki, we have Sakon Shima, who they say he was running, but he fought for the Takeda because he wanted to learn what he could from Shingen. And when Shingen fell, he was one of the first to leave and go back into a life of running. Didn't really find the master until Mitsunari Ishida at the Battle of Sakigahara. He died while fighting, of course. He is a complete and utter badass since his arrival in Samurai Warriors 2. I love his design, I love his weapon, I love everything about him, but not as much as I love the next two people, which is the Shimazu. Toyohisa and Yoshihiro. Yoshihiro's been in since Samurai Warriors 2, and Toyohisa came in 4, and I enjoy it. In Empires, theirs is the best starting position because they've only got one way to attack, and in the game they have two of the better weapons, if you ask me. Yoshihiro has a giant hammer which he pounds in the enemy forces into dust with, and Toyohisa has a giant axe. Toyohisa is the one that looks for a rival and finds Nomasa, who ends up killing him at the Battle of Sakigahara. And Yoshihiro is always looking to make a good comeback from unthinkable odds. And I think as long as he survives, he's okay. He's okay with it. Total badasses, excellent weapons. Wouldn't change a damn thing. I might even tell the developers to add a couple more Shimazu officers in there. See what other designs they can come up with for him. But yeah, really wouldn't change anything about him if they come back. Then we have Kakakatsu Uesugi, which is Kenshin's adopted son, and the next ruler after Kenshin of the Uesugi. He fought against Tokugawa, and he fought against the Toyotomi at Osaka Castle because he didn't want to lose his land that he was allowed to keep, which really put down the friendship with Yukimura, because Yukimura had to fight through them to get to Ieyasu, and he almost did it too. People say he did strike down Ieyasu, or got a couple of strikes on him, which is why he died a couple of years after. Some say it made it close, and some say it didn't make it close at all, but Kakakatsu was one of the ones that was stood in the way. Then we have two of the Azai retainers, which is Yoshitsunu and Tokugawa, something like that. And Yoshitsunu joined Mitsunari, and Toro joined Ieyasu. We all know how this plays out. Yoshitsunu was betrayed by another clan and was the cause of his death. and Todo couldn't get over it basically. Felt sad after his friend of many, many years was killed. And yeah, they basically look like they act in the game. I don't know if they actually did all this in real life, but yeah, that is pretty much what I gotta say about these two. Then we have Mitsuhide Akechi, who was a loyal order retainer until, I don't know, people, the game seems to think that Nobunaga took him for granted, so he betrayed him and took his life at Honnoji. Then Hideyoshi rushed back as quickly as he could and defeated Mitsuhide and took his life. All I can say on the matter is Mitsuhide Akechi looks the part, and he has the katana, which about 17 people now use in Samurai Warriors 5. I wouldn't have changed Mitsuhide that much, and I don't think they have. Yeah, then we have Katsuye Shibata, who was another one of the older loyal retainers. He basically got sent northwards to attack the Uesugi when Nobunaga took the capital. Basically, he went north, Ieyasu went east, and Hideyoshi went west, because he basically already had the south under control. And after Hideyoshi destroyed the Akechi, for some reason they started fighting with the Shibata, and Hideyoshi killed Katsuye and Oichi. And Katsuye looks like a badass, he looks like a rough and tough guy who has seen many, many battles. And I wouldn't have changed his look as much as they have in Samurai Warriors 5. Along with the next guy we're talking about, which is Toshiie Maeda, who was basically good friends with both Katsuye and Hideyoshi. He fought with Katsuye but didn't want to fight Hideyoshi, so he left the battlefield, and then he became Hideyoshi's right hand man. When Hideyoshi died, Toshiie was basically the only one that was preventing Ieyasu from taking out the Toyotomi for good. But when Toshiie died, Ieyasu took his chance and destroyed him. Toshiie was a badass while in history, while fighting. He could kick anyone's ass, if you ask me, and he's fun to play as. I wouldn't. They changed him quite a bit in Samurai Warriors 5. I wouldn't have, but they have, so what can you do? And then the last character is Keiji Maeda, which is Toshiie's uncle. He fought for the Oda for a bit, then went up to fight with the Uesugi and the Zate, and as far as I know, he died up there at some point. Probably not in battle, but of illness or old age. Because after a certain point in the game, he just drops off, and you never see him again. So yeah, he's been a badass since the first Samurai Warriors. He was the first character I actually played as. if I remember correctly. It was either him or Yukimura, and I'm glad I did, because excellent. But the thing you gotta think about is there are clans in this that I love over others, like the Maeda and the Shimazu, two of the better clans if you ask me. I am going to go over each character in more detail, the past, the present, the, well, not the present because they're not alive, but you know, the long story of the characters and the clans. So please stay tuned for all that. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.